Hey guys, here's a new little project that I've been putting off for a while. It is for the ATV. So what I'm going to do is build a little trailer to tow along with the ATV. And I'm going to do that as cheap as possible. And so far, I've only spent maybe 20 bucks on hardware, which are these bolts and nuts and washers right here. But I had this spare axle laying around. I've gone ahead and already removed the sprocket off of it. I was actually doing that now, and I was like, okay, I should do a video. I'm going to put this piece back into right here where it belongs, because that way I can keep this gap closed. Next, I'm going to pull off the brake caliper and this little piece of shielding right here for the chain guard. And my plan with this is I had these hubs here that were originally on these splines here on this axle. It's just a Chinese quad axle. And with these wheels though, I had these hubs, which are pretty heavy duty honestly, but they don't match the spline here. So I can't use these. But I can use these because I've made an adapter for it. Whoops. Made an adapter for it. Well, my dad did. He machined out a piece of aluminum as a spacer. It goes on like that. And that's why I got the longer bolts. And they will be sticking through the wheel, going in this way and into this nut here that's welded to the end of the hub, or machined into it, I should say. And then on the end of this, I'll still have another washer and another nut just to tighten things up. Anyways, I'm gonna start putting this together. Let's see how this goes. Alright, we've got the wheel attached to the hub. Got the bolts through. They're threaded to the hub. Then I have lock washers and then the nuts threaded onto here as well. I put rubber O-rings in between here and inside of here. There's actually a few right inside of this part, just so that this spacer here that covers the actual axle isn't bouncing around, and that way a bunch of water isn't seeping into there and into the seals that are actually in this bearings up here. And I'll do the same thing here. Once I'll remove this disc brake, I'm gonna have to leave this piece on. I'm gonna put some rubber O-rings here. Get some seal on these splines, just like the other ones, and just make sure everything's closed. And then that way, once I put the spacer on, there's gonna be more seals here, and just to keep all the water out. It'll help with that. So that's next. Alright, there it is. All done, bolted up, nice and tight. We're liking the way it's coming out. It's not too wide. My trailer will be right over the wheels. Now I'm going to take this and see if I can clean it up and give it a paint job eventually. Alright guys, so here's a small dilemma where I can't make up my mind what I'm going to do with this thing. So how I'm going to attach the cage of the trailer on the top of this axle. It's going to go over the wheels. And so I'm almost thinking, just use this rusty angle as an example. I can fit two angles in between the axle and the bolts right there and here. So let's say it comes up like that, and that end is, this end is up above the wheels. And so would that be correct if I had it up like this? And so the rear two angles coming up like this, and then the rest of the framing goes here like that, and I have the cage sitting on top. Is that weird if my tow hitch would be attached, you know, facing that way obviously, and it's way up above the axle line? I mean, this is around the 12-inch height difference right here, and so if my tow hitch is pulling that way, I want to say it would be fine in this case, but maybe there's going to be some sort of weird physics and geometry here that will get in my way. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what I think, what you think I should do. See you guys next time.